Okay, everybody, I just did a Unit 1 review problem, graph part 2, and I ran out of time. I wanted to do a square. Please watch the original part 1 or part 2 video, sorry, where I did a cube function. And let's talk about that right now. Obviously, this one right here I'm going to graph, guys, it's a square function. Everyone see that? See that 2 power right there? Well, in my original part 2 video, and again that's why I'm calling this part 2b, let me just go to a blank sheet here. The thing I want you to understand is that whenever I graph a cube function, it's always going to look like this. It's always going to have this S shape. This is a typical y equals x cubed. And I believe the problem said something along the lines of I had a 2 x minus 3 square or cube, sorry, plus 1, and the whole point was that in the parentheses here, that minus 3, what it's going to do is cause it to shift right 3, and then of course the plus 1 means it's going to go up 1, and that vertex, follow the yellow, therefore it's not really a vertex, it's an inflection point, but the center of the graph actually moves 3 to the right, 1 up. And if you watch the video, you notice the graph now looks something like this. In other words, it just moved 3 to the right and 1 up. And that's basically, hopefully, what you're being taught right now in IM3. Now let's go to this problem here. What I want you to understand is right in here, I'm going to ask myself what makes it 0 and negative 2. In other words, that plus 2 is actually going to make it go left 2 spaces. So it's kind of backwards. A plus 2 means left 2. Now, follow the yellow here. This plus 1 again on the outside literally means it's going to go up 1 higher. And you're going to see that once we get done here. But anyways, I'm going to start by making a table. And let's get started here. So when I make my table, guys, I'm going to start by putting negative 2 in the center because of that x plus 2 in my expression. That's what makes it 0. Now I'm just going to pick a couple points smaller, like negative 3, negative 4, a couple points bigger, negative 1, 0. I'm not going to get too ambitious and do 7 points. I'm just going to do 5. So remember, if this is a quiz or test, let's just get 5 good points and make sure we have the graph set up right. So anyways, starting with negative 4, I'm going to plug in negative 4, and if you don't mind, guys, I'm going to clean this up a little bit here. But I'm actually going to plug in negative 4 right there. So here's what I got. Negative 3 with a negative 4 plus 2 squared plus 1. And negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. Squared is 4. So I have negative 3 times 4 plus 1. Negative 12 plus 1 is negative 11. So pause the video if you need to, because I'm going to just erase and work right in the same area here, guys. Okay, so let's go on to negative 3. If I plug in negative 3, I get negative 3. Negative 3 plus 2 squared plus 1. I know negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1, but when I square it, I'm going to have negative 3 times a positive 1 plus 1. And negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2. Again, pause the video, guys. I'm going to erase this work area here. I've designated this as my work area. So what about negative 2? Well, let's plug in negative 2. We kind of already know what's going to happen, right? Because negative 2 plus 2 is 0. Even if I square it or times it, it's still 0. With a plus 1 means I have a plus 1 there. 2 more points to go. I'm going to now plug in the negative 1. Again, I'm going to erase, guys. Pause the video if you need to. So let's do negative 1. Negative 3, parentheses, negative 1 plus 2 squared, plus 1. Right here, I'm going to get 1. squared is 1. Negative 3 times 1, negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2. Now because it's a parabola, guys, notice the symmetry right there. See, I already know 0 is going to give me, or should give me, negative 11. And you can plug it in to verify, but it does work. So now it's just a matter of plotting points. So I'm going to do negative 4, negative 11. Oh, that's too big. So let's try negative 3, negative 2. Let's try negative 2, positive 1. Negative 1 is negative 2. So this right here, guys, is what we call our vertex. That's the point of the parabola. And my graph is just simply going to go down like that. Now, why did the graph go down, guys? Because in front of the x squared is at negative 3. Remember, a negative x squared goes down. A positive x squared would have gone up like this. Okay? Now, note real quick, guys. Note real quick. If you follow my green writing here, notice this vertex, guys, is 2 to the left and 1 down from the center, 0, 0. And that's because plus 2, follow the green, really means left 2. And wait a minute, why did the plus 1 not shifted up 1? Oh my God, I graphed it wrong. Guys, good thing I don't. You guys catch my mistake there? Let's see here. The only thing I have to correct, guys, is, sorry about that, positive 1. So here's my parabola now. The vertex is actually at negative 2, 1. But again, going back to the green. Again, good thing I double checked my family of functions. The plus 1 meant up 1. The x plus 2 meant left 2. And hopefully that all makes sense. Until next time, bye.